Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings of Bermuda, the taste of Bermuda.
Today on Golf Destination, we visit the Preserve at Boulder Hills Club and Residences in Wyoming, Rhode Island. It's 3,000 acres of pristine wilderness and outdoor activities that has become a popular destination for active adults, professional sports stars, and Hollywood elite. We'll look at some of these activities as the Preserve at Boulder Hills Club and Residences continues to grow. Hi, and welcome to Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda. I'm your host, Meredith Gorman. We visited the Preserve at Boulder Hills Clubs and Residences in southern Rhode Island several times, and to their credit, it is constantly evolving. Recently, we spoke with Paul Michailidis, the owner and founder of the Preserve.
The Preserve's really a special property, and we're very proud of everything that we have here. And one of the newest elements of the Preserve is our new range, and I'm very excited about it. It's 50,000 square feet. There isn't anything else like it in the country. We have 150 yards indoor and underground, and the wonderful thing about it is we have an automated retrieval system, which nobody else has in the country, with anything that's of this length. We didn't spare any expense here. I mean, we wanted to have the finest shooting facility in the country, and I believe that we've achieved that. One of the things that was important to me as a sportsman was to bring my expertise in the construction development field into what we're doing, because I think people love quality. So this 50,000 square foot structure was very well planned out. We put in the E6 Golf, True Golf software, which allows our golf players to come here and use a golf simulator. One of the other things, you know, we have the range and we have sporting clays. We try to create indoor and outdoor activities that you can do that are so very similar. So we have the FATS training system, which is the Mega Firearms Tactical Training System, which allows people to use simulators inside that show active shooter training, and that's pretty exciting. So along with our sporting shop and our range, we've also started the Preserve Academy, and we've done that along with Bob Cardenti from Armed and Ready. He is one of the highest rated NRA instructors and has a wonderful CV in the region. So we actually partnered with Bob to help kick off our academy. So we do things like active shooter training, 33 state carry permits, woman awareness, children awareness, gun safety, all the way from beginning safety to tactical and active shooter training. One of the really wonderful other elements that we have at the Preserve is our lounges. And what we really wanted to do here and create was truly a country club. You know, the amenities here, we've done such a wonderful job. Marie Simone from Live Interior has appointed this place as nicely as possible. Everything that she chose, from the taxidermy that we chose, there's, you know, millions of dollars in hunts in this room and lots of stories, to the leather, to the chairs that I'm sitting in. I couldn't be more proud of the result. I mean, it's really, it's come out quite stunning. We just continue to grow. The Preserve family continues to grow. The membership is doing wonderfully right now. The property and the new plans are taking shape for what we're going to be doing in the fall and in the spring. Our new tents are all set up, which is wonderful. Our yurts are going in right now, and you know, it's coming together one piece at a time. So I'm excited to see what this season holds.
Thanks, Paul. Jeff Beaupre is the PGA professional at the Preserve at Boulder Hills. He joins us to talk about the golf course nestled in the southernmost part of Rhode Island.
Driving through the gate every morning, personally for me, it's exciting. There's a sense of pride you take in just from the entrance alone. It's just everything's done well, perfectly from the moment you step on the grounds. Here at the Preserve, golf kind of fits in more of an amenity. It's not the priority, it's not the main draw. It's here for our members to use leisurely when they feel like it. It's the kind of place where You're not going to run into other golfers while you're out here. It's a beautiful setting. People come, they want to take a break from shooting. They come, they play around the golf. It's a par 3 championship layout. It has just a ton of character to it. A lot of elevated tees and greens with a lot of scrub in between. The 9s are mostly the same. When you get out to 13 and 16 on the far side of the course, it gets a little tighter, a little more side hill. You really don't want to miss the green. Like any par 3, you don't want to be long. You want to try to keep it below the hole, just about on all 18 holes out here. You can get away with it on a couple holes, but you don't want to chance it too many times. We have a 9-hole par 34 course where we've combined 2 holes to make 1 hole. And it really works out well. It's a fun track to play. It gives you, we call it a cross-country course, and it just gives you a switch from the par 3 style. People who play it love it for the fact that it gives them a break from playing standard 18-hole golf courses. It really emphasizes the importance of par 3s. People kind of look down on par 3 holes when they're out playing, but they're actually one of the hardest holes on the golf course to make par on. So it's a great challenge. It'll teach you course management, teach you how to hit into the green. Front side, I love coming out and playing number 1. It's a great opening hole, 140 yards. You don't have to really be that warmed up to get a good shot off. Slightly downhill. It's just a good hole to loosen up on. A back 9, hole number 11 for sure. 240 yards, you get it into the wind, and you got to maybe knock a driver down sometimes, or if the wind's behind you, you can chase a 3-iron or a 4-iron, get something up there. Even though that golf isn't the main draw, which is kind of bittersweet for a golf professional, because you walk into a club, you want golf to be number 1. But here, it takes a back seat to shooting, and I'm okay with that because it's done so well.
Thanks, Jeff. Jeff will rejoin us later for a quick playing lesson from around the green. Still ahead, we'll take an aerial tour of the championship course at the Preserve at Boulder Hills. Plus, you'll see some of the unique living options at the Preserve when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, returns. Welcome back to Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda. I'm Meredith Gorman. The Preserve at Boulder Hills Clubs and Residences in South County, Rhode Island is a 4-season private club. Eric Northup is the Director of Operations at the Preserve and tells us more.
Members come for both day trips, or they come and they stay as long as a couple of weeks at a time. And then we have full-time residents that use, some people want a horseback ride, some people want to shoot. Every experience is different depending on what people's interests are. So the amenities at Boulder Hills, we're trying to provide unique experiences to families at the Preserve. So we have glamping tents that you see behind us. We have hobbit houses, tree houses. We have Airstream trailers. So you can come and you can camp on the property something different than what you would be able to do anywhere else. The development here changes as it grows. We started with our basic shooting facilities and golf course and the fly fishing ponds and zip lines, and then our housing has expanded, and when new members join, we get input from them on what they'd like to do, and we provide every outdoor activity that they could do, we have here. Today, we're finishing the first 4 townhomes on the Preserve. We're going to build over 200 homes. We have houses today. We have 12 houses that are up, and we're going to, within this year, I would say we'll have about 20 homes ready for sale. So we have 3 hobbit houses built today, and they vary from around 140 square feet up until about 300 square feet. So the 300 square foot is a pretty big size room to go in. The kids go in, spend the day. They could sleep over if they want to. This experience is unlike anything else. So the whole glamping tent uprising, I would say, kind of spurred in the past couple of years. People want to get out, they want to get away from the city, their hectic life. They want to come out and they want to camp, but they want some amenities with camping. So these our glamping tents have beds in them, bureaus, lights, and their bathroom facilities right there in the kitchen. So they have what they need, but they can still be outside enjoying nature. The new retail shop has opened. We've got it going, running smoothly. Everything takes a little while to grow, and so when we first opened the retail shop, we were putting advertising out, but today, I would say at least 1/3 of the people that come through the doors because they heard of us through another shooting facility they were at, and someone says, "Have you been to the Preserve at Boulder Hills? It's unlike anything you've had." We had 24 federal officers in shooting, and they shoot all over the world, and they said it's unlike anything they've ever shot at. So it's pretty amazing.
Thanks, Eric. Now let's take a look at the front nine at the Preserve at Boulder Hills Club and Residences. The first hole is a distance of 147 yards and starts you on the highest point of the golf course. Miss it left and you'll have a difficult up and down. The second hole measures 179 yards and plays all downhill. The green is bisected with a large swale, and missing it left will put you in a bunker 15 feet below the putting surface. The third hole measures 165 yards and requires a shot over a lower pond. Don't be short or right, or you'll be in the sand or worse. The fourth hole is a 163-yard shot resting in a lower meadow, but you could roll it on, but be wary of the small mitt bunker awaiting miss-hit shots. The fifth plays a little bit longer than the 150 yards suggested. The green has many pin locations, and don't be long, it won't be good. The sixth plays only 136 yards, but you need to hit the correct spot on the green as it slopes right to left and it has a dinner table plateau at the upper right corner. The seventh hole at 177 yards will test your nerve. It plays uphill to a very small green. The eighth hole measures 162 yards and offers an optical illusion that suggests it's uphill when it's really played along a level plane. The green is sprawling with many pin placements. You finish the front side on the 161-yard downhill ninth. Bunkers protect both sides of this green. Up next, we visit the back nine and we'll get a playing tip from Jeff Beaupre when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues. Welcome back, I'm Meredith Gorman. Now let's finish our tour of the golf course at the Preserve at Boulder Hills Club and Residences with a tour of the back nine. We begin the back nine on the shortest hole on the golf course at 128 yards. It offers a benched green and treble on both sides. The 11th stretches out to 240 yards. A slight draw is the favored ball flight to this green. The 12th is a challenging 190 yards. Large boulders protrude from the green fronting pond. The green has some movement on it. The 13th reads 178 yards, but take a half a club more because the green works upward. A deep bunker grabs balls missed left. The 14th is a short hole of only 140 yards, but there is a lot going for you to see on the tee. A classic strip bunker mirrors a large ledge outcrop on the left, while a deep pot bunker protects the right side. The 15th plays downhill to a tabletop green. Miss-hit shots make it unfortunate kicks as the area drops off around the green. 16 is a challenging hole playing over 200 yards. Fly the ball to the green as danger surrounds this large green. The 17th is set in a natural meadow. The green is large and plays a little uphill. The 18th is a fun birdie hole and a great way to finish your match. The green is narrow and measures 130 feet from front to back. So that is the Preserve. But wait, you say your match is tied? The playoff hole next to the clubhouse is our favorite hole on the course. It plays about 160 yards downhill over a pond fronting the green. It is the deciding factor in many matches. Hi, I'm Meredith Gorman, and just like most everyone else, I'm always on my phone. That's why it's great to see unique content on Golf Destination social media at any time or anywhere. Just visit at Golf Destination on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for some great content. See you on air or online at Golf Destination. Up next, PGA professional Jeff Beaupre returns to help us with a tough shot around the green when Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda, continues.
When I first showed up was a golf course that had been closed for 6 years. It was an 18-hole facility that was operating until 2007, but it was what you call fallow. The elements or the objectives that Paul wanted to have on this property, it made a lot of sense to consider a par 3 golf course. It really did. And we began to lay that out and to see if that fit, number one, and to see if we could get great golf holes out here. And we could, and we did. Every hole is different, number one. There's no two holes that, even though they're par 3s, that feel or look the same. So it's very visually engaging. Most of the holes play from up above down to a green, or down below up to a green. The elevation changes are dramatic, as you wouldn't think here in this part of Rhode Island, but they are here on this property, as you move from hole to hole. It's a par 3 golf course, so we want to create some drama on the greens. We weren't developing the golf course for this particular event, but lo and behold, we have some greens out here that are pretty exciting. To score, you're going to have to be on the right side of these greens. They're very undulating, so if you put a pin on the right and you're on the left, you're not going to make par. The excitement is going to be there on every hole. I can't even imagine the agita that's going to be in your gut on every tee as you stand there for $1 million, and to win the event too. There's some flexibility of the golf course in that we can lay out a 9-hole routing within the 18-hole par 3 course. Players can play the Preserve as a 9-hole championship par 34 golf course, which includes par 4s, par 3s, and par 5s. The golf course has been laid out in such a way that you can play from one tee over a green to another fairway location that feeds you to the next hole. So the expansion and flexibility of the golf course is quite unique. One of my favorite holes on the golf course is number 8. The green complex on number 8 is 10,000 square feet with multiple pin locations. You can see the left side of the green, you can't see the right side of the green. It's hidden by natural rock outcroppings. It plays from high point to high point on the property. It's visually exciting. Number 8's a great golf hole. The 16th hole is long. It's about 215 yards. Plays over water. Small run up to the green. The green is very undulating with a bunch of different pockets on it. It's part of the end of your round, so we're trying to push some excitement into that ending part of the golf round. So 16 is very, very exciting. An 18-hole golf course, when you think about it, a lot of people have this vision of what that is, pitch and putt. This is the opposite of that. And we got the commitment from the beginning to execute what I thought, if we did it right, could be a championship renowned national 18-hole golf course, and that's what we got.
Welcome back to Golf Destination, presented by Goslings of Bermuda. I'm your host, Meredith Gorman. What is the best way to execute a flop shot? PGA professional Jeff Beaupre demonstrates how.
Hi, I'm Jeff Beaupre, the head golf professional here at the Preserve of Boulder Hills. So here you can see I found myself left of the green on our 19th hole, championship hole. Chances are, if you come out here to our golf course, 18 par 3 holes, you're going to miss a green or two. So it's a typical situation, you find yourself on the golf course, you have the ball, you have a bunker, you have the green. There's not a lot of real estate between here and the pin, just a little bit of green to work with, so we're going to execute a flop shot. So the most important thing when doing a flop shot is really grip pressure. You want to keep light grip pressure on this club. You don't want to squeeze it because it's going to take away from the feel you're going to have coming through the shot. Second thing in these shots is you want to make sure that you take the club away steep and come down steep. It's that steepward blow down, that descending blow, is what actually gives you loft on the shot. And the third thing is to open up the club face a little bit. Opening up that club face will take your 56 or 60 and add 4 or 5 degrees to it. That in combination with keeping light grip pressure is really going to help that ball jump out of the grass. So the ball's going to go up a lot straighter, and so when it comes down, it's going to have minimal roll on it. And that's going to help keep that ball on the green, giving you a better chance of getting it up and down. Okay, so we'll recap. Light grip pressure, line up slightly open. We're going to take the club away steep, down steep, that downward blow is what gets that ball up in the air, and then we're going to follow through. I hope this little tip on the flop shot takes away some of the fear of executing a flop shot, and it will actually take some strokes off your game.
Thank you for joining us this week on Golf Destination. Join us every day on our social media channels. There you'll find unique content and updates on all of our social media platforms. Turn on notifications on your Instagram so you can see our posts the moment they are up. Plus, watch old episodes commercial-free on our YouTube channel. Visit golfdestination.tv for all of the links. We hope you enjoyed the show, and don't forget to add us to your DVR or cloud library so you'll never miss an episode on NESN or Fox Sports Sun, even when you're not at home. Thanks for joining us for Golf Destination. I'm your host, Meredith Gorman.
Golf Destination is brought to you in part by Goslings of Bermuda, the taste of Bermuda. The Preserve, New England's only four-season sporting community. Avidia Bank. Delta, keep climbing. Presented by Sociable, original social media programming.